more casual video today. We are going to talk about 10 movie endings I love to hate. Now, I don't actually hate these endings. I weirdly love bad endings, like ones that make you feel bad, really. I think they're far more interesting and intriguing, and I thought it would be fun to do 10 that really stick with me. Now, if we talk about a video that you don't want me to spoil for you, or a movie that you don't want me to spoil for you, you can skip ahead. I'll have timestamps. Otherwise, spoilers, major spoilers. If you clicked on this video and you're still watching and you don't want one of these spoiled and you didn't click on the next one, that's your own fault. Again, I secretly do really enjoy these movie endings. They're ones that stuck with me. I don't actually hate them. I really do love them. A bad I love a movie ending that makes you feel bad. Now, starting off here, my number 10, I'm going to say is we need to talk about Kevin. Now, this is something that hits close to home. It's something everyone in America deals with on a day-to-day basis. And the ending of this movie, spoiler alert, he ends up attacking people at his school. He buys bike locks, locks all of his school classmates into a gymnasium, and a lot of stuff goes wrong. And because of what he does in that gymnasium, he gets sent to prison. And the whole movie is dealing with Tilda Swinton's character, like going back and forth in time, talking about what she's seeing, like when he was growing up, what she's just replaying in her mind all these events, what went wrong, what's going on. And at the very end of the movie, she visits him in prison. I think he's in like a prison or jail for adolescents, and he's about to be moved to an adult prison. And you find out she just goes there because she wants to know why. Why did he do it? And not only did he hurt his classmates, but also his sister and his dad. So she lost everything. She's like a pariah in society. And when she goes there to find out why he did what he did, he doesn't even know. He can't explain it to her. So there's really no happy outcome in this one. And the ending of this one has stuck with me since I've seen it back in 2011. I can't even describe the kind of feelings you go through watching like the dynamics between her, the family, the son, her husband just shrugging her off the entire time when she's trying to point out things that are going on, the things that she does wrong, the things that he's doing wrong, the son. It's crazy. And getting to that ending and seeing him not even be able to answer for what he's done, he's just is the way he is in a way, is insane. This movie stuck with me this entire time, and I can't praise it enough. Tilda Swinton, also amazing. John C. Riley, great. Love Step Brothers. But seeing him in more of like a drama was fantastic. So definitely love this ending. It's stuck with me ever since I've seen it. This one, actually, funny enough, I'm gonna say Session 9. Session 9 is pretty awesome. I don't remember all of the actors' names in it. I actually just rewatched this recently for myself on January 1st. I'm recording this on January 12th, 2025. Session 9 is fantastic. The end of this one, my God. So this one came out in 2001. The end is pretty epic. It's about all these people getting together for their job. They're trying to clean out this like old asylum. There's these crazy tapes that are playing that you can listen to. And at the very end of the movie, you find out your main character had actually murdered his wife and I believe baby. He goes on this work trip and he's been working there. No one knows what he did. And he just ends up going insane there and murdering all of his coworkers. Every single one of them. I loved it. And you're hearing the tape too that's playing, these tapes from another patient that had been in the asylum in the past because one of the characters is listening to it throughout the whole movie. And it sounds like this character is saying they kind of like influenced what may have happened. Like they're another personality that happened to influence the person to attack everyone. I love this ending. I think it's great. Again, another one that sticks with you. Gotta have Session 9 in your top. I have more endings that I like, but if I made this a 20 tier list, we would be here for hours. So, but yes, Session 9. Coming in at number 8, we're gonna. This one might be like a curveball for people. I really, really like the end of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Shout out John Goodman being in this one. He's amazing. Probably my favorite performance by him by a mile. I can't. I can't. Now, the end of this one is shocking too because one, you're spending the whole movie thinking that she's been captured by this man. She's stuck underground with him and this other guy, and she doesn't know how she's going to get out. She doesn't even know if she should get out because he's making it sound like there was some sort of like attack above and people are trying to get in, and she can't tell what's right, what's real anymore. And at the very end of the movie, when she escapes, after finding out that I believe he might have murdered a daughter or someone that he had taken and also kidnapped, which inspires her to leave, you find out he's not wrong. There is something going on upstairs, and when she gets out back to society, there's aliens. Aliens are now around. So either she stayed in that creepy, scary basement with those men, or she deals with the aliens outside. And you know what? It was a badass ending. I don't care what anyone says. This was a great movie. I will rewatch this movie till the end of time. This one came out in 2016. Totally, totally rewatchable for me. I loved every second of it. I can't get enough. Number seven, I think people would want this as a number one, but for me, in this particular list, The Substance would be at number seven. Substance came out in 2024. I think it has Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley and Dennis Quaid in it. Dealing with this subject matter about aging and needing to accept things like that and how society treats women that are aging is so relatable. Trying to encapsulate what it feels like to be getting older as a woman and seeing how Demi Moore is handling it and really resorting to the substance, creating Margaret Qualley's character. In the end, Margaret Qualley even is just super cocky and doesn't want to leave either. And she just sucks the life out of Demi Moore and ends up creating a monster in herself is absolutely chef's kiss. I mean, the end, the movie monster, those are some of my favorite things in horror. And seeing that, the body horror in this one, solid. Absolutely solid. The effects, the makeup, beautiful. When she's in that one scene, like towards the end, pulling her teeth out, and then like she has to like try to smile because of course, having somebody tell you to smile as a woman, relatable. But the end when she's just like, "Don't worry, I'm here," and she even has like the face like I think stapled to her is so great. The gore in this, seeing the very end where you see Demi Moore's face come out of the monster and crawl to that little star on the Walk of Fame kind of thing and just melt and into the cracks was amazing. I think this is one that I'll definitely rewatch again in the future, and I loved it. Demi Moore's acting, beautiful. And of course, Margaret Qualley, always, always a great actress. So this one had to make it on my list. All right, we're coming up to number six, which is Speak No Evil. This is the one that actually inspired me to want to make this video. I had recently rewatched Speak No Evil with James McAvoy. Now, the remake that just came out, I think in 2024, not my cup of tea. This one that came out in 2022 now, this one sticks with you. I don't think we needed a remake of this movie. I think the original is perfect. I don't think we should have touched it. James McAvoy, though, I mean, I'll watch him in any movie. However, Speak No Evil 2022, the end when you find out that this man put his family in danger. He's trying to escape at the end with the wife and child. The child gets taken. Of course, there's trafficking, and the parents get taken away by the other couple. In this movie, when that character says to him, like their response to them saying, "Why are you doing this to us?" is because you let us. That sticks with you. That one from 2022 will not leave you. The one with James McAvoy when he says, "Because you let us," it's so light. This one is so dark and horrible, it will never leave you. And seeing them naked, being stoned to death, I can't. That was so fantastic. This is film. This is a film if you are feeling okay with being uncomfortable, it is great. I loved every moment of it. I think that this was, in most recent years, one ending that really sticks with me, and I had to put it above The Substance. I'm so sorry. But Dark Dreary is my jam, and Speak No Evil's ending was everything that I would have ever wanted. So that one has to be at least at number six. Coming up to number five. Number five is going to go to Hereditary. Hereditary, great. When I first watched this movie, I wasn't expecting the end to be the way it is. And I mean, there's even more to this movie than just the ending. I mean, that beginning scene with the kid driving with his sister and her just being bonked on the noggin, to put it lightly, by that street pole. That was shocking in itself, but the ending was not one I was expecting. I love this movie. I'm gonna say I love every single one of these because, of course, it's movies that I really enjoy and endings that I enjoy. And by saying I enjoy them, it's because they make me think. This one, the end when the son's in his house, Tony Collette's crawling around. She cuts her head off with a piano wire. He ends up floating back up to that little treehouse in the backyard at the end, and you're seeing all the like creepy naked people everywhere. Again, another one that makes you really uncomfortable, but it makes you think, and it's easily rewatchable. At least for people like me who probably enjoy a dark, scary movie. I just can't get enough. This movie, beautiful. And not just the ending is shocking. I mean, like, every step of the way, something's going on, and you're just, it's one of those movies that makes you want to yell at the screen and you're mad at every single character. And Toni Collette's acting in this one was amazing. She deserves an Oscar for that. I mean, she deserves like a belated one or something. I just love all of the rage in this film. Every moment of it is perfection. Coming in at number 4. This one shouldn't be very shocking. We're going with Seven. Seven, beautifully done movie. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey is a bad guy I always love to hate in movies. Again, I'm going to say that very frequently because that's what I enjoy about these types of films. The end is iconic. How could you not love the ending of this movie? How many times have you heard somebody yelling, "What's in the box?" I can't even put into words how great this ending is. Morgan Freeman, always such a great actor. Brad Pitt, younger Brad Pitt too, which is fantastic. They're talking, they're driving that long drive, and Kevin Spacey's doing his like monologue at the end when they're in that like desert area, realizing what he did. Um, it's just, it's one that never leaves you, and that's what I really enjoy. You can't stop thinking about it. I could rewatch this movie 100 times; it'll never get old. This movie, honestly, at this point, is a classic. It needs to be on every single list ever. My number 3 for endings is going to be The Descent. Fair warning, this movie is probably one of my favorite horror movies ever. I adore The Descent. The story throughout the whole thing is amazing. However, it's kind of controversial because there are two endings to this film. I believe there's like an American version and a UK version. The ending I'm referring to that I love, which you probably can guess, is the UK version. In that version, your main character ends up in the cave that she's been trying to escape with her friends. They're all dead. And she doesn't actually escape. It actually, in the American version, has her get out of the cave, get into a car, and then she sees like the ghost of one of her friends, Juno, who was cheating with her, I think Sarah's husband. Um, yeah. So that ending, it was fine. But the UK version, when she gets to the car, it actually reverts back to showing her in the cave with a birthday cake. I think it's representing her daughter. And the camera pans away, and as it pans away, you see she is still in the cave. She does not have a happy ending. Not one of these characters has a happy ending. They're all dead by the end. And you know what? I've rewatched this movie 100 times, but I really truly probably have. It came out in 2005. It's beautiful. I can't get enough of it. The UK ending, though, to me, is ideal. I think they ended up doing an American version because they thought that we as Americans couldn't handle that kind of ending, but bring us more. We need more. More unhappy endings, please. Thank you. Coming in at number 2 is Pet Sematary. Now, Pet Sematary came out in 1989. This whole movie messed me up as a child. I'm not gonna lie, I saw this movie far too young. In particular, Zelda scares the living crap out of me, still to this day. If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. She's that creepy character who's the sister of our husband's wife in the film. Ugh, so horrible. But the end of this movie, everything's so climactic, and having to see the husband dealing with loss of a child with your desperation to keep that child, having him bury him to come back to attack everyone and then be so desperate as to try to save his wife by burying her, but even though he knows what the outcome's going to be, it's almost like he just wanted to see her moving around one last time. But at the end, when he's trying to hug her and he's crying in that kitchen and she ends up slowly grabbing the kitchen knife and you just hear him screaming, that is the kind of movie ending I want. I want more films that make me angry and sad and have to think constantly. I want to go to bed and not be able to stop thinking about these movies. And this is another one that ever since I have seen it, it haunts me. That is what I need more of in films. At our number one movie ending that I love to hate is The Mist. Now, The Mist came out back in 2007. The Mist is fantastic. This ending is shocking. Some people absolutely hate it. I think it was one of the greatest movie endings of all time. I will die on that hill. Him being in the car with everyone from the grocery store when they're trying to escape everything. Oh, really? Actually, I want to add in, sorry, the CGI in this probably doesn't hold up anymore. However, whatever. It's a good movie, okay? When he's in that car and everyone's just crying, I think they ran out of gas, everyone's dead. What are you going to do? It looks like there's no hope left, and he ends up just taking care of the whole car. And when he crawls out of the car and he's just soaking it in, you have a few moments with him to soak in what he just did, and he has nothing left to do the same to himself. In the middle of him having that breakdown and you being shocked as the viewer, only gets 10 million times worse when you see the army pulling up. And then, like, Carol from The Walking Dead just driving by, like, yeah, well, now you didn't want to help me. So I loved this ending. It is my all-time favorite ending. I always come back to it when I'm talking about movies that I love and why I love movie endings that honestly kind of suck. Sucks to feel bad, doesn't it? But kind of rocks too. I think even Stephen King came out saying that he enjoyed the movie ending for this better than his own book. And I have to agree with him. I think it is amazing. I love how shocked I was when I saw this the first time. Unfortunately, I would say upon rewatching, you aren't going to have that same shock value because, it's not going to be like the first time you watch this movie. This movie ending will never leave me. I love it. It is my all-time favorite ending to a movie that makes you feel bad. I also would recommend because I'm assuming if you're watching this and you've gotten to this far in the video, you've probably seen The Mist as well. There was a black and white version that came out way back when it had come out on DVD. That was really fun to watch, and I honestly feel like the black and white version's kind of cool to rewatch now. But yes, The Mist is my number one. I will never ever let go of this movie. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if they hate the end of this movie. I think this is the kind of movie I strive to watch again and again. Anything that makes me think, makes me lay in bed a few days later, it pops in my brain a few years later. These are the kinds of movies that I enjoy watching. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this rank video. We don't do many like this, so if you want to see more of these, leave a comment down below or like the video. Let me know if you want us to do more of these kinds of rankings or what other kind of ranking videos you'd want to see. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.